Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have a special guest, Justin Shriber. He is the CEO of a company called BoostUp.ai. Welcome, Justin.
Gerhard, it's so great to be with you. Thank you.
Your big plans for your new company, and describe the space that you're in and how do you see that space developing?
Many people know BoostUp. We're the leader in forecasting solutions. We're actually going to be rebranding, and our new name is Terret. Where we really excel and have generated a lot of momentum is in some of the new revenue models that are emerging. You know, when Salesforce, they emerged, really there was only one flavor of revenue. That was a fixed price contract. Well, since then, revenue has evolved significantly. You've got PLG motions, you've got usage and consumption-based motions, renewal and expansion motions, and all of these ideas of revenue really don't fit neatly into a traditional CRM framework. And so we've been able to build an innovative platform that not only handles the fixed price contracts, the SaaS solutions, but all of those other revenue solutions. Our customers came to us and said, we love the forecasting capabilities. What about the agents? And so with this new release, we're significantly expanding our offering. We're launching a host of agents to complement that. We call it the virtual revenue fleet. And to signal to the market that today we're much larger or broader in terms of the offering than we have been.
How does your solution impact customer success?
I am very careful to describe our solution as a solution that's built for revenue teams, not a solution that's built for sales. We developed a series of agents that allow you to go end to end, from pipe gen all the way through to deployment, through to post-deployment, renewal and expansion. And there are a couple of things specifically where we're innovating. I have yet to see a codified renewal expansion process along the lines of what you see from like a Medic. There's no equivalent of Medic right now in the renewal expansion area. There should be though, because literally 60 to 70% of many companies' revenue now is on the expansion side. So one of the things that we're doing in our product is equipping the customer success team with a series of renewal and expansion processes that had been modeled after MEDPIC. And we're seeing tremendous traction and uptake in the system. The other thing that we're doing is we're using agents to capture all of the data and the detail related to a post-sale deployment scenario. And we're packaging that up in the form of a brief that can then be seamlessly handed off to the customer success team. Now, promises that were made, conversations that were had with the sales team get transparently moved over to the CS team. So they're not missing anything and nothing's falling through the cracks. And that's been tremendously valuable as well. And then the last thing that I think is very impactful is we're actually instrumenting mutual action plans. This is a notion that's always been a part of sales. I'd argue that it hasn't necessarily been implemented that effectively, but on the CS side, we haven't really seen the adoption of that. What a great tool though. Having a centralized document that represents what both the seller and the customer need in order to transact together, that becomes essentially the blueprint for how to work together moving forward. So we're bringing that into the world of CS now, and again, seeing some really good uptake with that.
So what is your advice to CEOs and sales leaders on how to transition from that old CRM model to a new model of revenue operations where customer success is part of the growth equation?
Having one centralized group that can see end to end actually unlocks some really interesting insights. Secondly, there's an organizational conversation related to how do you maximize the customer satisfaction as it translates into LTV? And then putting the KPIs together that appropriately incent the people on the teams, A, to work together, and B, to maximize value creation. Once you've got that strategy in place, then you think about the technology. In the technology, the questions need to be, is this really threading together a cohesive GTM function, or is this going to continue to exacerbate the silos that already existed? Number two, is there a way to measure the kind of impact that this is going to have on the productivity of my revenue teams? Ultimately, what you want to see is top line growth, but a reduction in the expenses to drive that.
You were speaking at our AI Sales Summit on September 24th and 25th. What should people expect when they listen to you?
What I want to talk about at this event are specific use cases that customers have experienced in order to get true value out of AI. One of the customers that we're working with right now is Mistral. They're the leader in LLMs in Europe. Their CRO is amazing in terms of fully rethinking the go-to-market model. As a partner of Mistral, we've done some great work together. So I want to share how they prioritized use cases, how they're measuring the impact of those use cases, and some of the practical lessons that they're extracting from these experiences. All that with the hope of other companies being able to learn from these lessons and then build on top of that so that collectively we can accelerate this whole discovery process.
Will AI tools and agents have an impact, a measurable impact on employment?
Absolutely. And I'm an optimist. Let me give you one example. I was working with a design agency of one person. I had an idea. I went to this designer and I said, here's my idea. And literally in 30 minutes, they turned that idea around and created what I thought was a beautiful campaign for me. I know that what that person produced 10 years ago would have taken probably 5 to 6 months. And it would have cost me tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. You now have an army of one that's producing what it used to take, an army of who knows how many and so much time. If one person can do that and you multiply that across the entire population, what you have is now value creation at a magnitude that we've never seen before.
Well, thank you so much, Justin. That was very insightful. I can't wait to hear your keynote at the AI Sales Summit. There's a link below. Please sign up. It's free.